January, an exceptionally bad start. Weight, £129. Okay, 135. Alcohol unit still in my system from lockdown, Christmas and New Year, probably around 20. Cigarettes, 22. Calories, 5,424. Have been wrapped up like a little pig in blanket. Okay, big pig in blanket. Since eating all those pigs in blankets at Christmas. Now, I know I'm not exactly a mover, but it is rather disconcerting when your Fitbit tells you that you've done less than 100 steps in a day. Must be much more determined this year to get into this whole fitness lark. I mean, did rather enjoy watching Mr. Wicks do his thing. Didn't really join in with the actual exercise though. In spite of all the drama of last year, I am determined to make this year better. So here's to another year, a brand new Bridget, and a brand new diary. Oh, hello. It's you again. Well, it comes to something when you're having a conversation with the sex doll that Shazza gave you as a joke. Not like that. Filthy mind you have. Well, new year, new diary. I mean, these days, it's less of a diary and more of a sort of ramble of nothingness, just to sort of fill the void of time. Well, I suppose we better get on with it. You know, we must strive to carry on. That's what Dad's been doing anyway. Making sure he keeps himself busy and as far away from Mum as possible. Thank God I am not locked down with them. Mind you, has sort of got a little bit lonely. Well, I mean, obviously, I'm talking to a sex doll. But one must keep their spirits up. And myself, as Bridget Jones, will not let anything spoil this year. This is the year where things are going to happen. Hopefully. Right. Well, we better get started then, haven't we? Stop giving me that look. Right. January 5th. So, the first bit of judgment that I'm already getting from you is yes, I haven't started the diary on Jan 1st. Well, I am terribly sorry that my Zoom New Year's Eve party ran until, well, let's say 6 a.m. I've spent the past few days wrapped up like a sausage roll, not knowing what day it is. Goodness, I've almost forgotten how to write. I suppose a good place to start is to look back at the absolute shit that was 2020 and see what I can improve in 2021. Right, where to begin? Well, where to begin? Let's see. Dating. Yes, dating. Well, where to start with that one? Well, Mum thought it would be a good idea to buy me a Fitbit to try and get fit and healthy and find a suitable man to marry. Well, I personally think it was a little bit of a rubbish idea considering the fact that all the gyms are closed. And, well, it's over there because I can't even be bothered to put it on anymore. But last time I checked, I think I was averaging about 80 steps a day. So, fitness, nil. Bridget and her stomach, 100. But it's fine. We'll still find a nice, suitable man to finally settle down with. Issue is, there aren't that many people out there who can really sort of, get on board with this, let alone a single mother with, honestly, a child who, is free-spirited, shall we say. Yes. Anyway, one must persevere, and I have been on a lot of Zoom dates. Yes, Zoom dates. There was one in particular, actually, that comes to mind. His name was Frank, and he was a journalist. Very attractive, very normal. Also, we thought it would be fun to have a little writing date, like a little study date, like back in uni. It was all going so well until Frank thought it would be a good idea to write poems about each other. Well, let's just say I accidentally ended the call due to technical errors. I'm not quite sure how he managed to include my bottom in the poem, considering the fact that he'd only seen me from the waist up. But, let's just say, what a There were a few more that were quite promising, but on one of them we did decide to have a cooking date. Now, I have gotten much, much better since my days of blue string soup, but yes, it still didn't go that well, especially when I decided to accidentally not screw the lid on of the blender, and then it went everywhere, and he actually ended the call that time. But I am still on the hunt. Yes. This year, 2021, Bridget Jones, well, firstly, should stop referring to herself in the third person, but it's unlikely going to happen, to be honest, must find herself a perfectly suitable man. Doesn't have to be, particularly handsome. I do like a good bottom, though. just be very normal. Not an arse. Not an arse. And, of course, must like me just the way I am. What else? Oh, hobbies. Yes, well, I went through many last year. I actually did do something that was quite active. I took up hula hooping and ended up having quite a few Zoom sessions with the hula hoop with friends and family. And it was all going very, very well until, you know, when we had that period where we could see some family and friends. I went round to Mum's and did a little bit of hula hooping and ended up knocking over a priceless heirloom. And, well, was told never to hula hoop again. But, well, I sort of put it like that, but Mum actually took the hula hoop and broke it. So perhaps not hula hooping again this year. No, very bad. Oh, I know what else. I did some Zoom calls with Mark. You know Mark, obviously, Darcy. Still not totally convinced that he's the little one's father, but you know, still in our lives, so that's good. And he does make the effort, so yes, good show. But we did do some Zoom calls together, and he was trying to teach me about Shakespeare. You know how Mark always likes a little bit of culture. And I said that I wanted to get more into something, and, well, he was reading me the plays, and, well, there was one time where I did sort of fall asleep. But on the plus side, I can sort of remember something from Macbeth. So I feel like I've learned something. So that's good. Yes. 2021, Bridget will become much more intellectual. I mean, to be honest with you, probably a good idea that Love Island wasn't on. I mean, not only because of the actual envy of being somewhere nice and warm, but also because it sort of does tend to sink one's intelligent levels. But I like to think of it more like a social experiment. I did actually have to write a piece on it. That was the year before. But yes, not exactly mentally stimulating. And of course I did have it on once when Mark came round to babysit, and he wasn't best pleased that the little one was watching it. But that's fine. Anyway, we'll make an effort to really watch intellectual programmes. Yes, maybe a bit of Attenborough. Yes, or Brian Cox. Yes. Okay. We'll make effort to watch more documentaries. Yes. Jones is going to be very intelligent. We'll find nice, intelligent man. I mean, it would just be easier if I could just make things work with Mark. But it can be such a bore. There are days still, even to this date, where I miss Daniel. I mean, don't get me wrong, Cleaver was an absolute bastard. But very sexy. If only I could find a nice, in-between man. Someone who had intelligence, but was also cheeky and handsome. Never mind. It's fine. It's fine. Mum is, well, sort of resigned to the fact that I might end up alone with 50 cats. But Dad says that I will find someone. And I'm still very hopeful. Shazza and the gang are, of course, oddly all settled. I don't quite know how that happened. But, you know, they like to give me encouragement. And actually, Shazza set me up on a blind Zoom date. That was last week, actually. Just before Christmas. Yes, it didn't exactly go to plan. She told me what outfit to wear. She's got oddly sensible sometimes. Anyway, she told me the outfit. She told me all about him. Very, very intelligent man. Good job, settled, lovely house. And, well, I got a little bit tipsy. And then some items of clothing might have very accidentally fallen off. I don't think he wanted to see me again after that. Well, I'm sorry, but I can't help it if I have wobbly bits. I mean, what do men expect these days? I'm very sorry that I don't look like a little Victoria's Secrets model. I'm very sorry. No, see, Bridget is a real woman. Not that those skinny people aren't real women. Of course not. But that's just not me. Must try and cut down on the booze. But, I mean, is there really anything like a nice glass of wine? Okay, bottle. No, it's a bottle of wine. At the end of the day, is there anything like it? No. Should probably make the effort to cut down on the 6, though. Yeah. We'll make an effort to really try with the health. I mean, obviously, I have to make the effort. I'm a mum now. But I want to be one of those cool mums, you know, and she's got trainers on and she's got a really nice coat. Maybe she's got a little backpack. It doesn't quite work out that way. I mean, I did go out the other week with pyjamas on. But that was an accident, and I did have a coat on top. I suppose there was that other incident where I turned up to nursery and, well, yes, didn't exactly have bottoms on. Yes. Well, I wanted to change nurseries anyway, so it was fine. Yes. Really must make the effort to try to actually fit into society. But I've tried. I've done the dinner parties. I've been to the singles nights. I've done it all. And I'm sorry, but I just think I am in a league of my own. I mean, I am... Well, I suppose I'm just Bridget. Someone's got to love me, just as I am, right? Yes, 2021. Someone will love Bridget just as she is. Really, really have got to stop talking to self in third person. Yet, slightly addictive. Is that worrying? Possibly. On the subject of hobbies and things, must find a cool new hobby. Of course, I did buy a Peloton bike. Have fallen off it many a time, but did get moderately fitter during, well, at least 2 weeks that I actually used it. It's sort of acting a little bit more like a a clothes rail at the moment. Very practical, yes. Takes up quite a bit of room though, so should probably start to use it. Would quite like to actually move out of this flat. I mean, it was fine for just me, but for baby as well, not great. I mean, there are toys everywhere. Mum keeps buying more. I keep telling her to stop. Dad's got into a place where he started to make toys. I mean, they're not exactly usable or child-friendly. I have told him to stop making things with such sharp edges, but, well, you can't tell parents, can you? No, must find a hobby I can stick to. I did actually try to write a book. I mean, work's sort of dried up, so I have to keep oneself rather busy during these times. I like to think that I'm more than just a journalist. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong, I've done it all. Television presenting, behind the camera, in front of the camera, writing, I've done it all. But I like to think, really, at the heart of it, Bridget Jones is a writer. So I did try to write a book. First off, I tried to write it about London. Write about what you know. So I tried to write about, the gang. Then I actually read some of it to them, and, well, some of the words that were shared were less than positive. I mean, personally, I would absolutely love it if somebody wrote a book about me. Just think of it. Bridget Jones. That maybe somebody could do that. Do you know, I actually think Bridget Jones would be rather good as a film. I mean, I'd watch it. But apparently they were less than pleased to find that they were the subject of my little novel, if you can call it that. No, so I scrapped that and thought, I know, why don't I do a take on Sherlock Holmes, but as Bridget? I mean, I did start with the title of Bridget Holmes and thought, no, we've got to scrap that. But I did have me as a detective, and I thought it was rather good, I mean, I read a bit to Dad, and, well, he made that face he made when Mum's talking to him and he's not really listening. So, thought, right, that's fine, I know, I'll write about all the men in my life, like a kind of expose. Then, one day, Mark was over and, well, sort of found some of the notes on the side. And there was shouting. Yes. Him and Daniel still cross paths sometimes. Daniel, of course, not settled down. I think the last time I saw Daniel, he was with a very, very tall Brazilian model. Yes. I mean, legs longer than my entire body, but, oh, gorgeous. But, I guess some people just aren't meant to be friends, and those two were never exactly going to see eye to eye. Mum, of course, couldn't do her regular turkey curry buffet this year. I would say it's a shame, but, no. I'm sort of slightly pleased that, Uncle Geoffrey had to isolate. Yes. I mean, I know I shouldn't be so pleased, but, I mean, I just couldn't take another year. So it's been quite nice to have a break in a way. And, of course, saves the usual questions. Bridget, when are you going to find a nice husband? Well, I don't know. When are you going to find a better outfit? When are you going to stop drinking? So many questions I could ask to other people, but I don't, as I am terribly polite. Or just really can't be asked these days. Yes, many things I missed out last year. Had planned to do a little bit of travelling. Thought to myself, right, I know, I'll book a month off of work and I will take me and the little one off travelling. Yes, me and my baby just travelling round the world. Very exciting. I did actually contemplate documenting it. But, of course, well, we all know what happened there. I suppose it's given us time to reflect. I have to say, though, I think I've gotten rather bored with all of my thoughts and me. I mean, obviously I'm terribly interesting, but yes, one does start to question how interesting one actually is when one spends every second with one. But it's fine. It's fine. Travel will happen, I'm sure, at some point, and maybe I will meet a wonderful, mysterious man whilst travelling through mysterious lands. I mean, you know, I'm not quite sure how mysterious Europe actually is, but you know, maybe I'll meet a nice Spanish man. Spanish men can be mysterious. Yes, one must stay optimistic. Yes, optimistic. Write that down. Optimistic. Good word, Bridget. Good word. Optimistic. I suppose thinking back to last year, I should really try and set some goals for this year. Goals. Let's think. Something apart from meeting nice man. Maybe I don't need to meet a nice man. Maybe I just need to be incredibly independent. I mean, I have been being independent up until this point. That is why you're trying to find a man. Yes. But maybe look at things as a new approach. Yes. Bridget Jones doesn't need a man. She's not bothered by men. If a handsome man happens to come along, Bridget may pay him some attention. Maybe I need to not be looking. Yes. So, first goal. Not look too hard for a man. Wait patiently for man to come to Bridget. Good. Number 2. Should try and shed some of this weight. I mean, it seems very unlikely. I mean, I have been trying to shed weight since I was about 14, and Mum bought me those slimming bands, but that's fine. I mean, I personally think that I am, well, what Shazza and the gang like to say is cuddly. Yes, I know. Positive goal. Embrace cuddliness. Good plan, Bridget. Embrace cuddliness. I know. If I'm not really going to make that much of an effort with said weight, perhaps should focus more on nutrition. Now, I did get given a cookbook for Christmas. Yes, it was a joke, but maybe I'll give it a go. Finally, Bridget Jones, top chef. maybe I'll get so good that I have to open my own restaurant. Bridg. Maybe getting a little bit ahead of myself, but that is quite normal for me. Learn how to become a culinary master. Maybe I'll become so good that I start giving Zoom cookery lessons, and then I could charge people for the lessons. Cooking with Bridg. Zoom cooking with Bridget. You, me, Bridg, cooking, Zoom. Come and join Bridget for a Zoom cookery class. Learn the culinary masters from Bridget's Kitchen. Bridget's Kitchen, coming soon to ITV. Yeah, I should probably just start with learning the basics. I mean, I make a rather good scrambled egg. I mean, okay, last time I did it did burn, but I think it adds extra flavour. Yes, so start small. I did, of course, have a go, like everybody did, at baking some banana bread. I say I had a go. I attempted it twice. The first time I accidentally set the smoke alarm off and couldn't stop it for 3 hours. The second time, well, I kind of maybe accidentally forgot to put in the banana. So, yes, was there a time when we were on a Zoom call and we were all showing our bakes? Did I perhaps buy the bake? Yes. Did I tell them that? No, I didn't. So people oddly think I'm very good at baking cakes. I'm really not. Learn to perfect basics. Yes, basics of cooking. Chicken. Yes, chicken. I mean, I did try to go vegan. I mean, I did it for 3 days. 3 days, yes. Then I thought, it's okay, I'll go vegetarian. Realised quite quickly that I was not somebody who likes vegetables. I mean, I don't mind them, of course, but they should really be on the side of meat. So, it's fine. With all the people who have gone vegan and vegetarian, I think it's fine if I stay eating meat. Yes. So, learn how to cook a good steak. I've become rather accustomed to ordering in. I did think at one point I'd struck up a rather good relationship with my local delivery man. Tried to invite him in once for a little drink. I think he was rather scared and I never actually saw him again, and was actually told to stop calling and asking for him. It's fine. Now I choose to do it through the apps, so you never really know who's going to come. But I do get rather excited when you get to see the name and when they're coming along, and then you can sort of track them outside your window. Yes, I really do need a man. Anyway, must stop spending money ordering food. Must learn to cook from scratch. Yes. And also, well, should probably start to watch the pennies. I mean, Mum and Dad have been good to me. I mean, probably only because, you know, of that one. And Mark's been good as well. But, yes, being sort of, I don't like to say laid off. I like to think of it as an opportunity for regrowth. regrowth? That's what I mean, isn't it? Regrowth. To be reborn, Bridget. Reborn. That's what I sort of like to think. I have been looking for another job. I mean, obviously, you know, things are few and far between these days. Did actually teach a journalism class. I was asked to. I mean, it was all going really, really, really well. Until again, I don't know how this keeps happening, but I accidentally stood backwards and forgot that I wasn't wearing any knickers. Yes. And then, of course, there was another time where I stood back and was actually wearing knickers, but only my very, very big knickers. Well, it's fine. It's fine. There was laughter that day. That's good. That's good. Didn't get asked to teach after that, unsurprisingly. So, but you know, I mean, I personally love my knickers. So, what can I say? Should probably, you know, try and make an effort with the whole lingerie outfit thing. Never been brilliant at that, but should make an effort. Make an effort. Is that a goal? I suppose it has to be these days. With outfits and underwear. Oh, of course, I am sort of slightly forgetting about the fact that I did try to give myself a haircut last year. Has resulted in rather little bits here. Not a great look, but at least it has grown out, because at one stage it was looking much more like a mullet. Maybe I'll learn how to properly cut hair. Bridget the hairdresser. Could be quite promising. Bridget the hairdresser. I suppose really my main goal for 2021 is for it honestly to just be a little bit less than last year. Maybe be able to, you know, see more people in person. Socially distanced, obviously. I did try to make my own masks. Started to cut up small clothes. Realised I'd accidentally cut up something that wasn't old and also wasn't mine. Maybe I'll try and start my own business. Yes. What could Bridget sell? Do you know, I did oddly get into TikTok and watching TikToks of people making candles. So maybe I could start my own candle business. Although me and sort of flames don't really have a great history. No, maybe it's something less flammable. I don't know. I guess we're just going to have to give 2021 a jolly good shot. Make the most of things. Stay positive. Yes. Because if anyone can get through 2021, it's Bridget Jones. Yes. Right. Should probably stop talking to you and actually get on with things, although that ice cream is looking quite tempting. Maybe I'll eat the ice cream first, then get on with everything else later. Yes, probably new goal should be to stop procrastinating. Well, I'm going to go now. Ice cream awaits, and the new Bridget of 2021 awaits. How exciting. I'll check in with you again soon. But, well, you are looking rather lovely, so I hope you have a wonderful day. God, I can't believe I'm talking to a doll. Okay, Right, that's it. That's me done. Over and out. Right, ice cream.